decidedly been a mixed bag for us. On the one hand, we've had the opportunity to see a set of clients that had to clear swaps that had never used the listed markets, a chance to educate them, a chance to understand what their needs are with respect to the existing clients, to understand what those guys' needs are, and ultimately to create capital efficient solutions to try and meet those needs. On the other hand, you have these regulations, or what I'll call unintended consequences of regulation, where the G20 laid out a set of principles that basically said clearing's a good thing, and then they proceeded to put rules in place without consulting CCPs, where CCPs are one of the primary reasons that the listed industry in the US and beyond did not have any issues. And yet CCPs are not the voice that is being listened to with respect to the imposition of some of the regulatory requirements. So the regulation on the one hand has been very good for us. It has allowed us to look beyond futures and options and into the ecosystem in providing more services, more products for our clients. But on the other hand, it's led to what I will say some irrational requirements that have been put in place. We're working hard with the industry to educate. We're working hard with the industry to advocate. But at the end of the day, unless some of these rules do change, the landscape of clearing would have shifted in a way that may not be rational.
The biggest impact has probably been initially on just data retention and data capture. So we focus more than ever on capturing every bit of data we can, storing it in perpetuity and making it easily accessible to our customers. The other big change is we're just investing more in personnel for compliance. So we've hired people to come in with compliance expertise and help us drive product development from that standpoint and partner closer with our customers so that we can provide a better service and be more responsive to their needs, because it's not changing, it's only getting worse as time goes by. With the advent of MiFID II, we're mostly focused on that and then the potential of what Reg AT may mean for us. MiFID obviously has us focused on things like clock synchronization, how we control algorithms and automated trading, and data retention and data capture, like it always means for compliance. So one of the big investments that we've made over the last few years is in our new platform, building a forever audit trail that has every message related to execution for every user in perpetuity for as long as they've used the platform, and making that data accessible in the front end. And what we'll see in 2017 and beyond is not just making that data accessible to the trader so that they understand what's going on, but more and more building tools for analysis and reporting for the back office. And what we see is TT's historically been a front office platform, but it's evolving more and more into a middle and back office solution as well, because the regulations are essentially giving us no choice but to move that direction.
Generally, as a technology firm, we see the regulations as being an opportunity for us to step up and provide really good solutions to solve actual problems occurring in the field. And so an example of that is what the MiFID II regulations that have been happening in the RTS 25 component of that, which is the timestamping regulations, whereby they want to be able to reconstruct what's happened in the market. And of course, when the original specifications for MiFID II came out, we had this 1 microsecond resolution. We were like, okay, this is not great, but it's not the end of the world. And then it was increased to 100 microseconds on the back of a number of the participants in the market suggesting that it was too difficult to achieve, that it wasn't possible. And that's exactly the sort of thing that we see as being an opportunity to be able to step up. We can provide solutions to people in the market. We can show them what's possible in order to create regulations that really provide a meaningful result. So the MiFID II regulations, they're not going to provide an ordering to what's happened in the market. You're not going to be able to piece together exactly what's happened when based on the MiFID II regulations. The 100 microseconds is just too big. One of the other things that we've seen a lot of talk about and a lot of discussion about when it comes to regulation, particularly of high-frequency trading and algorithmic trading, has been fairness in the technology in the markets. And you've seen a lot of that sort of thing with IEX. There's others who are talking about bringing in kind of things like speed bumps and all this sort of thing. And the regulation that goes around that is pretty interesting.
There was a lot of uncertainty, but as these uncertainties were more clarified, it started creating opportunities. Example would be working with clearing firms on some of the pre-trade risk management tools that they have to put in place around execution and trading systems, and working on providing them with those tools, providing them with better analytics so they can manage the risk and manage the exposure that they have around the market to comply with some of the regulations. We've also had the chance to work with some exchanges on market supervision tools to analyze some of the real-time risks that are associated with large volatility movements. Unfortunately, we have received some, in the last couple of years, some days with very large spikes or drops in the market that causes challenges on all the market participants. And put stress on a lot of systems, including OptionsCity systems. One of the things that we identified at each one of those events is going back and trying to figure out how we can handle the next one better,